Right, welcome once more to our video tutorials. My name is Chigomana MD. Right, our topic this time is arrays in Visual Basics. Now, what is an array? An array is a set of homogeneous data structure that contains a number of homogeneous data items but is referred to in a program by a single variable name. For example, we have names of students in a particular class, names of cars that a company owns, names of 10 colors, salaries that each employee earns, English marks for all students in a class. Different types of arrays. There are many types of arrays, but here we are going to deal with only two. That is, one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array. All variables that we have used so far have been simple variables, also called scalar variables. Now, what is the difference between scalar variables and array? For example, if we design a program that will accept only a mark for a student, that is scalar variables. But if we design a program that will accept marks for all students in grade 10, that becomes an array. If we design a program that will accept the name of a fruit that a student has eaten during break, that is scalar variable. But if we design a program of the names of all fruits that students are eating during break in grade 10, that becomes an array. If we design a program that will accept the color of a t-shirt that someone is wearing, that is scalar variable. But if we design a program that will accept the colors of t-shirts that students are wearing in grade 10, that becomes an array. In other words, an array has to do with plural items, whereas a variable or a scalar variable has to do with singular items. Why arrays? In other words, so many students might be asking, why are we using arrays? We use arrays to temporarily store related data in the internal memory of the computer. Storing data in an array increases the efficiency of a program. I want you to note this. An array is used to store data temporarily. In other words, if you store data in an array, that is not permanent. Subscript or index. Each item in an array is called a subscript or an index. The first element in an array is element number 0. In other words, in Visual Basics, arrays elements start in element number 0. In other words, if say for example we have two elements, the lowest array element or the lowest index is 0 and the highest is 1. If we have 10 elements in an array, the lowest one is 0, then it means the highest is 10 minus 1, which is 9. If we have 100 elements in an array, the lowest array element is element number 0, whereas the highest element will be 100 minus 1, that is 99. If we have 1000 elements in an array, the first element in an array is element number 0, which means the highest element will be element number 999. You refer to each element in an array by the array name and subscript. Let's say for example we have an array called Chitapi which has 100 elements, and we want to refer to element number 1. We're going to say Chitapi into 0. How do we declare a one-dimensional array? Now, there are two ways here. Either you declare an array in a module level, or you declare an array in a procedure level. Now, where in the module level? When we talk of module level, we're talking of an area just below public class form 1. That is module level. In other words, if you declare an array in a module level, this array is going to be used or is going to be accessed by any procedure in your form. I'm repeating this for the sake of effect. If you declare an array in a module level, it means this array is going to be accessed by any array, by any procedure in your program. And where in the form? You declare an array in a module level just below public class form 1. Syntax number 1. Private array name, highest subscript as data type. Syntax number 2. Private array name, open bracket, close bracket as data type, assignment operator, curly bracket, initial values, close curly bracket. Where in a procedure level? In other words, where do we declare an array in a procedure level? You will remember, let me take you back a little bit. In a module level, if you are declaring an array in a module level, you start with the word private. That is one thing that I want you to note. In a procedure level, when you declare an array, you start with the word dim. Let me repeat this. In a module level, when you declare an array, you start with the word private. In a procedure level, you start the array the array declaration with the word dim. In other words, syntax number 1, dim array name into highest subscript as data type. Syntax number 2, dim array name, open bracket, close bracket as data type, assignment operator, opening curly bracket, initial values, close curly bracket. How do we store data in a one-dimensional array? We say array name into subscript, assignment operator, value. You must memorize this thing. It's array name into subscript, assignment operator, value. Array name into subscript, assignment operator, value. What can we do with arrays? In other words, what is it that we are supposed to do in arrays? We will be able to display the contents of an array. We must be able to access the array element using its subscript. We must be able to search the array. We must be able to calculate the average of the data stored in numeric array. We must be able to find the highest value stored in an array. We must be able to update the array elements. We must be able to sort the array. In other words, in the examples that I'm going to give you in video number 2 under arrays, I'm going to make sure that we are able to display the contents of an array. We are able to access the array element using its subscript. We must be able to search the array. We must be able to calculate the average of the data stored in numeric array. We must be able to find the highest value stored in an array. We must be able to update the array elements. We must be able to sort the array elements. Thank you for this time. We are going to meet in video number 2.